Right, welcome back to the channel. Today we are cracking on with the Subaru Escort project. Since you last saw it, Steve's done some more work to it. So I'm going to let Steve explain because I kind of don't know what he's done. But yeah, let's have a chat with Steve and we'll see what he's done to the Subaru.
Yeah, last time you seen the car, we've basically gone through and done all the rough cuts, just hacking big bits off it. We've chopped off the B pillar somewhere around here. So then what I've done then is I've gone through it and I've started to actually unpick it. So that's the whole of the outer sill is now off. Outer of the inner wheel arches is off. And we're back to basically good steel and an inner sill, a mid sill, and then what we'll do then is I'll unpick the opposite to this out of the Escort, and then we'll end up with inner sill, mid sill, and then we'll have an Escort outer sill over here. And it'll all be spot welded in, and then I'll probably stitch it in as well. A few little repairs that I've got to make, so I'll chop these pieces out first, and I'll put good clean metal back into there. Once we've done that, we're getting to the point now of close to offering up the Escort, and then we'll take any smaller amounts. Then it'll just be a case of just taking little bits off until everything lines up as it should. So one other thing you might have seen is this extra bracing. This is basically because as I'm starting to cut pieces off it, the shell is going to start to flex more. It is what it is. It's not meant to look pretty. All its job is to do is to stop the back end of the car sagging down. By adding that, we'll put a bit of strength in that I'm taking out as I cut the sills off. Alright, so that's the other side done. Again, outer sills off, stripped it all the way back, unpicked everything, so that's ready for, well, a few repairs to do down here, a little bit more than the other side, but it is a Subaru, and they all seem to rust in this area here and around the strut tops. Back end of the car, cut all the boot floor out. What I'll do is I'll take it off the top of the legs, and then I'll make a new flat boot floor, bead roll some lines in it, things like that. New boot floor going in. I've roughly cut the back end to where I think it wants to be based on wheel centre line. So measuring across from the Escort back to here, this should be somewhere near. What I will do is I'll put some plates on here, and then that'll weld into the back panel of the Escort. Inner strut tops and inner wings, I'm probably going to, once I've got the floor and everything in on the Escort, I'm probably going to take these off and make some new ones, with a bit of a nicer shape to them.
Right, so now that Steve's cut the outsides and the back a little bit more, it's a lot more refined than it was yesterday, so now you can start to see how the Escort's going to sit on top just like that. So for me, this is the stage where I can tell, yeah, it's going to fit, I can understand how it works. So hopefully, you guys do too. Sweet, let's crack on.
Right, move around to the front now. I've cut off front slam panel and I've started working back into the chassis legs. So basically this will tie into the front panel on the Escort. So again, I'll weld either tabs or a plate or something over the end of here, which I can then weld into the front panel. Not sure if I expect to cut it down here all the way through, and then this will be part of the Escort's original wings, and then obviously the outer wings will sit on top.